News Radio 840 WHAS. Good Sunday morning. Bob Sokoler, the Louisville Real Estate Show, here with you till the top of the hour. Hope you had a great Turkey Day. And now it's just a matter of getting rid of the leftovers. Many of you probably already have gotten rid of the leftovers. With us, who certainly stuffed themselves full of turkey, we've got Chuck Crosby, the Crosby Law Offices at 499-6360, and Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Services. They're the number one home team inspection service in the country. You can reach Brad at his team at 844-411-TEAM. Gentlemen, welcome.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Greg's got the week off. Seems like he's got a lot of weeks off, but he's busy working normally. But that's all right. We take that. He does a good job. All right, we're going to get to a lot of questions. Some of them are actually Thanksgiving related as well. One of them is a wild one. First, an unusual surge in home buying leads the news. Just as the market enters the historically low holiday season, mortgage demand is higher. Total mortgage application volume rose 1.8% last week compared to the previous week. That's according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. So normally we see mortgages slack off now as the market slows down for the holidays. But no, this winter is expected to be unseasonably hot for the housing market. In fact, compared to other past winter seasons, and take note, Chuck and Brad are both listening to this very carefully, because as this goes, so does their winter business. This winter's season's sales activity will be stronger. That's according to Lawrence Yun, who's the chief economist of the National Association of Realtors. He says this winter there will be more sales compared to pre-pandemic winters going back all the way to 2006. So that is absolutely phenomenal news for the industry that we all deal with in real estate. One thing of note of concern, that glass is now joining the list of building materials in short supply. A range of industries, including shower door manufacturers and window installers, are all reporting glass shortages. Nearly 2/3 of home builders said that windows are their biggest material shortage. Rounding out the top four, in addition to shortages, are lumber, engineered wood products, and concrete, according to this survey that I'm reading from. And of course, that's a problem because the new home sales help to alleviate the backlog of some buyers who are looking to get into a new home. All right, gents, let's go. Now that we've got way of the hot news, let us go into some questions. And this first one is for Chuck and Brad. We're going to share this one. I think, Chuck, we'll start with you on this one. It's a timely question, rather unusual. Samantha wrote in, said she had a Thanksgiving party this past Thursday, about 40 people apparently. Someone stuffed up one of the toilets in a bathroom and then attempted to unclog it and actually broke the toilet. And Brad will talk to you about safely unclogging toilets in a moment. But first, Samantha thinks she knows who actually did the damage, but doesn't know if there's anything legally that she can do to make this person pay for the damage. Anything in your suggest? You're not going to be able to bring a cake to this person and say, "Hey, listen, you broke my toilet."
No. Yeah. Well, you never know. If they tried to unclog it, maybe they would. It depends on the damage. First off.
Yeah.
I'll stop there.
Yeah, you will.
Anyhow, depends. Did they do further damage than just breaking the mechanisms? If there's porcelain cracked and water all over the place and there's further damages, well, maybe it might be worthwhile. But this falls under small claims court about as much as anything, and you still have to prove it. Yeah. So how are you going to do that, I wonder?
And if it was a friend or family, how do you go back?
Yeah, and if you had 40 people there.
Let's go to Brad. What are your thoughts? Clog toilets, safely unclogging. Let's go through this because it could be drains from hair, from showers, things like that.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be, but I mean, I guess it could be. You know, toilet is in and of itself a pretty simple appliance. It's a big pipe that goes into a big pipe that goes into a main sewer line. So if you can't clear it using a plunger, and pro tip, don't just push down, pull up, use suction to pull up to help loosen things. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you're going to be sticking any other devices down a toilet. Now, if there's not any other evidence of water in the basement or backing up because of tree roots and some of the other things we've talked about on other shows, there's not really a whole lot that can be done here. I mean, you talk about the showers. Yeah, that's a little bit different with the hair and things that can clog that, but those usually don't move much past the shower drain pans itself or the shower area. So they're not you shouldn't get a big massive hair somewhere down the line because you're going into a bigger pipe.
Yeah, if it's
drain.
So from what I'm taking away, if there's a mechanism that has been broken, because we don't know whether it's porcelain or mechanism, that could be you can get the repair kits at the big box stores, right?
Yeah, and I would doubt that it would be the mechanism. I mean, you could lean against the tank. You could break a tank. I mean, you could certainly do damage. We see broken toilet bases a lot as people kind of over tighten them and break the porcelain because they just the way that the tank was set in place, it never really will tighten all the way down, and people will just keep tightening and it'll actually break the tank. But yeah, once you break the tank, then you're you're going to a replacement from there. But yeah, I'm not sure what part would break, but hopefully they didn't use hammers and chisels trying to unclog it.
Yeah, that's why. I have a hard time wondering what broke.
What actually broke? Well, regardless, let's come away with some information that people can use out of this. Regardless of the clogs, you need to know whether it's hair or something else. You see these like Drano, things like that. Would you say, Brett, from a consumer level, no, don't use?
No, not for a toilet. No, I mean a toilet it wouldn't
do anything. What about for hair in a drain?
Yeah, well, hair in the drain, I would rather use a mechanical device like those little plastic, those little nylon pieces with the barbs on the end that you can push down the drain and pull all the hair out.
Which you can buy on Amazon. Amazon has those, by the way.
About $5. Yeah. I mean, I think that's one of the most effective ways of doing it. But the chemical.
Not so good. All right.
Yeah, they're okay. They just take forever to work. And
yeah. All right. I got it. By the way, we this past week on Wednesday, we gave out 300 or so pies to our past clients, current clients, future clients. If you want to see some of the reviews we get from our clients, because that's what our bread and butter is a good client appreciation of what we do. You can head to LouisvilleZillow.com or LouisvilleGoogle.com and you can see some of the reviews. And we appreciate all of our clients. And if you'd like to be one of our clients and we'd love to give you a pie, just call me and we'll get you on the market and sold, or find one of our agents will help you buy a house. 376-5483 is my direct number. Samantha wrote in and asked that with the weather turning cold, and boy, has it ever, are there hoses for outside watering of cold weather plants that would survive frost and freezing? In other words, the hoses, if you haven't turned off your hose bib, which reminds me to do that when I get home today, you have to turn it off, drain it, and then if she needed water outside is what apparently she's saying during the winter. Is there any way to make that happen?
So yeah, you can do it, but you have to do it really carefully. You would have to, like you say, Bob, you'd have to cut the water off, and you'd have to drain the hose every single time you used it. So that may be problematic. You'd really need a frost-free or a freeze-proof hose bib too. The better idea, because I'm dealing with it, I've got a new tree that I have to keep watered. I'm just taking water out in a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket, and just watering it, because there are some plants that you'll have to attend to, through the cold months. But I would suggest bringing the water in from outside, from in the house, rather than trying to keep the hoses, because inevitably you're going to forget about it. You're not going to drain the water out, and once they're frozen solid, you're going to depend on a warm sunny day to try to unfreeze it.
And it could break not only the hose, but the water spout and going into the house. Then you got a major mess on your hands.
Yes, you do. Mm-hmm.
Yep, got it. All right, back over to Chuck. Lynn buying her first house this coming week. And Lynn says, I guess it's a him, he's in the process of getting power and water switched over to his name, he found out that the sellers of the house he's buying already turned off the electricity and water to the house. And folks, let me just tell you, pause right here and tell you, no. Do not turn your water or electric off prior to closing. You want to transfer it, even if you're trying to save money. When you turn it off, Brad, you have the potential to do serious damage. Go ahead, pick that up for a second.
You can freeze lines. You can break water lines in the house pretty quickly. It's amazing how fast house temperature will drop in weather like we're dealing with even right now. So yeah, that's a big danger. Exactly. Big danger sign there. Yeah, don't turn the heat off and don't shut the water off.
Don't shut the water off. Great, but we're going to get back to the rest of this question in a second. First, live from Waco, Texas.
Hey.
Greg, explain where you are right now, Greg.
We are at the Magnolia Farm and silos. Here, you can see the silo right in the back here.
There it is.
Bam. And then, this place is kind of amazing, honestly.
For those of you who don't know, that's Chip and Joanna Gaines' home place. Yeah, that's amazing. You having a good time there?
Yeah, it's impressive. Obviously, Casey and I being, the avid researching real estate agents, we had to stop by on our family trip to see our in-laws and everybody. Of course, where else are we going to go? We're in Texas. We got to come to Waco, see Chip and Joanna Gaines. This is real estate.
Do you see Chip and Joanna anywhere there by chance looking around?
There are pictures everywhere. And what I will say, what they've done for this little town is nothing short of amazing, because you can tell it's just a college town, and then it's Chip and Joanna Gaines Central. And this is like Disney World. If you see all the people with all the families, they've got replica ballpark. This place is...
Hey, if you build it, they will come.
Thank you, Chuck. Right on time.
Yeah.
This is the field of dreams for realtors and home decorators.
So bring back some ideas. Give us like 5 tips next show about things you learned from Chip and Gaines. And by the way,
all the trending stuff is out. Some stuff that we haven't seen yet. So I'll definitely bring that back to next show.
Oh, that's exciting. So if you want to see, Greg's walking around as he's talking to us. Oh, there's Casey too. Hey, Casey.
Hey, Casey.
Hey there.
Hey, guys.
Hey, so they're walking around. If you want to see this you can see the whole show, but Greg and Casey and I take it the kids are there too. My grandkids. You can go to LouisvilleAnswers.com. That's LouisvilleAnswers.com, and that you'll be able to see what Greg as he's walking around. Magnolia Homes and that's great. That's great. Good for you. Great.
All right, guys, I'll take.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. I
just wanted to jump in and say hi.
Good. Appreciate it. We love you. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye, Case. Take care. All right. So that's Greg coming to us live. It is amazing. When I did TV, it took remote TV trucks with microwaves and large beam, and all he had to do was call it a cell phone. Yeah. He comes in live with video. Great. All right, so finishing up this question. So recapping, power, water turned off and switched. He's trying to get it switched to his name. He will, but it's already off. So she is now worried and concerned about the cold weather. Is there damage? If there's damage, how can Lynn hold the sellers responsible, Chuck, when the power and water come back on? And hopefully they do a walkthrough prior to actually closing.
Well, it's like anything else. If they've done damage, then you can, go after them for that. The question is who's doing this damage? If they've turned off the electricity so everything freezes up, it's pretty easy to show.
Yeah.
Because you've got a turn-off date, who turned it off, all that's readily available on paper. But as always, you got to fix it. So fix it. And then that amount that it costs to fix is your damage. Damage is what you go after.
So let's recap. So let's just say I'm going to take a negative look at this. So he turns it back on. The cold weather we've had the past couple of days has frozen. Now he's got a water pipe leak, which is not uncommon if the house is turned off and not winterized prior to the power being turned off. We all know that from our short sale days. Mm-hmm. So, and foreclosure days. So, Chuck, he needs to get some sort of estimate, or is there anything legally in writing he needs to have put by the closing attorney that this survives the closing?
Well, I don't know that would have to survive, that you would have to have any language that said this survives. Now, the GLAR contract right now actually does say it survives. But if it's something that they've done, didn't tell them about, didn't, do anything to mitigate any issues like turning off the electricity and water or winterproofing the pipes. If they didn't do that, well, that's just straight up. We did something, we didn't tell you about it, and there's damage. Our actions have caused you damage, and it's pretty evident how to get the proof that they did it.
Yeah. And I don't know that the seller's insurance company will even cover that because it was their negligence in doing this.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, if there is damage, you got to repair it, and then you don't need an estimate. You need to get it fixed, and then the cost of getting it fixed is the damage. So you've just pretty much served up every single thing you need right there. Who did it? It's clearly approximate cause, what damage was created. Obviously you can't go and replace the pipes with gold, but, put it back to the way that it was or as close to it as you can get it.
Got it. The takeaway, folks, is do not turn power or water off prior to closing. If you know somebody who's selling their home, we just turned the power off. No, don't. Especially in the wintertime. That's bad to do. All right. We're taking a break. When we come back, this is one that I've been waiting for a couple of weeks. Your dishwasher can do better. We've got 8 tips to boost performance. Both Chuck and Brad and I are excited about this because this is right up our alley. We love talking about dishwashers, and I think a lot of our listeners do as well. With us, my good buddy, back from a trip abroad, Chuck Crosby, the Crosby Law Offices, at 499-6360. Another good buddy, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Services at 844-411-TEAM. I'm Bob Sokoler. You can reach me anytime at 376-5483. We'd love to help you get your home on the market. We just so you know, we put a home on the market this past Tuesday night. Not only a full price offer the next day, but over full price offer in the 500,000 plus range, just to show you how hot the market still is, even now in November and in this Thanksgiving week. We're back in a moment on News Radio 840 WHAS. News Radio 840 WHAS, Bob Sokoler, the Louisville Real Estate Show. Thank you so much, Barbara Corcoran. I'm heading up to see Barbara. Greg and I are going. I'm flying up for the day for a meeting and a new commercial we're shooting with her in just a couple of weeks. So we're looking forward to see Barbara in person. Thank you, Barbara, for your endorsement. Here with us, Chuck Crosby, the Crosby Law Offices at 502-499-6360. You can pick the attorney you want to close your loan. Chuck is a great guy. He does a phenomenal job. Not only gets it done, he's entertaining. And also, as he said before, if he doesn't do it, he knows somebody who can do it. Also, another great guy, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service. They come in as a team. They're ranked #1 throughout the country for Home Team Inspection Service companies. This is now coming up on 7 years, right? We're close to 7.
We're getting close to 7. We'll see if we can do it.
We'll see. And you can reach it. This is a big honor. I'm just telling you. 844-411-TEAM is his direct number. And again, you can reach me on my cell phone to get you on the market and sold, or with our buyer agents to get you a home, 376-5483. And let me just tell you, we have techniques and tips we would teach other agents if they want to know to help you get the home of your dreams if you're going to buy a home. Call me if you want to talk about it. And other agents, we're still looking to bring on more agents because that's how busy we are. 376-5483. Your dishwasher can do better. It really can. So let's start with tip number 1, dump the gunk. The dishwasher's clean, and by the way, Brad, feel free to jump in here anytime. Dishwasher's cleaning ability can be compromised if you deposit too much food residue in the system. It might be obvious, but scrape leftover food off the plates before putting them into the dishwasher. You should not, however, have to pre-rinse the dishes. And by the way, I should also include Chuck on jumping in here because he is a chef aficionado, and I'm sure he knows his way around a dishwasher. Hot water cleans best, so make sure your dishwasher is getting the hottest water possible. Check the temperature of the hot water at the kitchen faucet using a meat or candy thermometer. It should be 120 degrees. Is that right, guys? We all agree on that?
Don't go higher than that, please.
Yeah, scorch you. Adjust the setting on your water heater if necessary. Also, running hot water water at the kitchen sink before starting the dishwasher will ensure the tub in the dishwasher fills with truly hot water. That's a good tip. Easy to be hard. Hard water can leave ugly residue on glasses and plates, and if your dishes are coming out spotty, check to see if you have hard water. A balanced load. We've talked about parts of this in the past. Carefully follow the manufacturer's recommendation for loading the dishwasher. Crowding or overloading the dishwasher can block the spray arm and prevent water from reaching the surfaces. Soapy suds. You want to use actually a high-quality dishwashing detergent and rinse agent for the cleanest of all your dishes. Always pour the detergent into the built-in measuring cup inside the dishwasher to make sure you use the appropriate amount. I saw one of those, the home show on TV on PBS a couple of weeks ago. There was these guys they put a camera inside the dishwasher and ran it, so you could see how all the systems work. It was fascinating. Absolutely fabulous. Pay attention to cycle selections. That's important. Check your owner's manual on that. And wash the washer. Dishwashers need to be cleaned occasionally to remove stuck-on food particles, residual detergent, mineral buildup from interior mechanisms. I had a guy once show me that inside the bottom of the dishwasher, in many of them, there's a cup. You know about this thing? You turn it, you pull it out. It's kind of a filter of some sort, and you clean that filter. Right, Brad?
Yeah. Well, a lot of the new dishwashers, some of those tips, wouldn't apply to the new dishwashers. Like new dishwashers have the preheater for the water, which saves some energy, so we don't have to run the big tank. Yeah. A lot of them have a garbage disposal, a food disposal, actually inside of them now built in. So yeah, where you used to have that strainer basket that you had to clean out periodically, now it's just going into a little grinder and clearing things out. So. Yeah, it's and then some of the new detergents actually. Like I bought the wrong Cascade at the store the other day because I did not buy the one that had the dishwasher cleaning detergent in it. So I was told I had bought the wrong stuff, and it was just Cascade Ultimate or Premier or Platinum Plus or Titanium, whatever it was called. But I got the one that didn't have the.
That's a good tip. Make sure you get the right one if you're going, especially if you're being sent out to the store.
Yes. I failed in my one job.
Bad.
One job. I know.
Check for clogs. We talked about that. Stay flexible. Check the seals. They can dry out over time, develop cracks, and eventually cause the dishwasher to leak. So those are some tips.
And look after you run your dishwasher, check underneath the door. Just make sure you don't have water sitting on your floor. We see that a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Where those seals are leaking.
Chuck, Stephen writes in, he says he's building his first house. His parents are urging him to hire his own real estate attorney when he goes to the closing. And Stephen's friend says that's not necessary, but parents are saying you need to do that. What should he tell his parents or his friend to do? Yes, no, what do you think?
Parents always know best. So, yeah, he needs his own attorney. He doesn't need it. There are certain companies that build houses that will do everything they can do to talk into using their in-house people. Sometimes they do a great job, sometimes not so much. My problem is always, what incentive do they have to say, whoops, title's bad on this one, or there's that issue or the other issue. It just seems to me to be a bit of a conflict of interest. Same thing like with HUD Homes. They always have their own people they try and talk you into doing the closings with, but it's just inherently, I don't know. I'll just leave it there.
I think
always have someone that works for you.
Yeah, and let me go one step further. I know in the real estate world for us with realtors, when we have a client whose parents want to get involved, we always say, bring your parents with you, because let's face it, there's a world of knowledge in parents having lived through their lives, and you never want to say, Dad, don't listen to them. Bring in the parents and let them be a part of it, because you'll also feel better about that as well as the buyer or seller.
And we're going to hand those parents flashlights to help with the inspection.
Help get into the inspection. We don't mind that.
Absolutely.
Leanne is going to hang holiday lights around the house, both inside and out. She read something about inspecting the house while she's hanging those lights. This is actually interesting. What should she be looking for, Brad?
Well, there's a lot of things that she can be looking for. She can be, if she's hanging up high, she's looking at her gutters, she's looking at her roof, she's looking around her chimney. Certainly, she's going to be checking to see, how bushes and things are rubbing up against the house. Are they too close to the house? We've already kind of talked about, hey, did you forget to bring the hose in, for the season? A lot of those times they're left outside. Certainly those are some of the things. She may also be looking around her window. Is it caulked? She's probably checking her electrical. A lot of the GFCI outlets that we have outside, even though they have weather covers on them, they tend to fail pretty quickly. So she's probably looking at that. She's probably checking circuit breakers that, to those outside outlets that may not have even been reviewed, since the last time, she hung lights out.
Yeah, it's a perfect opportunity to really look at the house as you're going around putting up lights and Christmas or whatever decorations. Yeah,
especially you look for wood rot. Look for those areas that you need to put some paint on. This is a good time because you're up close in areas you probably don't see. You're not paying attention to them. At other parts of the year. So
good point. All right. That pretty much wraps it up. By the way, if you're thinking about selling your home, we have a free, no obligation booklet that has hundreds of useful tips. You want a copy? Again, free of charge, no obligation. Send me an email, bob@wesellouisville.com. Put selling tips in the subject line, and I will send you out links to those and many other things that we can give you and let you have. We are out of time. My thanks and appreciation to Chuck Crosby, the Crosby Law Offices, who even now is continuing to eat some of his leftover turkey as we're doing this show. You can reach Chuck and his group at 499-6360. Also, Brad Lawler, owner of Home Team Inspection Service. They are phenomenal. They come in as a team. You can reach Brad and his team at 844-411-TEAM. And my thanks to my son, Greg, who made an appearance in from Waco, Texas, and looking for Chip and Joanna Gaines over there at their big facility. He'll come back with a lot of information next week. You can bet on that. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I hope Chuck and Brad had great Thanksgiving. Yeah. Oh, but you can reach me, by the way, if you need it. I should give you my number, 376-5483. We are out of time. See you next Sunday on News Radio 840 WHAS.